A big rush was put on that time. Back deep. Wade Manning. Manning is hit immediately. Good coverage that time. Coming down on the play was Roy Green, who was a fourth-round draft pick out of Henderson State. 1,000 parts, I understand, in that machine.
All handmade.
And here they come out with Roy Green running the football, and Green breaks it all the way out to the 33-yard line. That play almost broke for the distance. Dennis Thurman dropped him a 32-yard beauty.
Big kick. Jim Smith, he doesn't fair catch them at the 12. Hemmed in and hauled down at the 8. Was never called. Cardinals. Also downfield for St. Louis. It away. 15-20 goes Roy Green out to the 35, the 40, and the 41-yard line. The rookie, Green, makes a fine return before JT kicks it off. One of his better kicks today. Taken at the 5 by Roy Green. The rookie to the 20, the 25. Spins out to the 29. Where the hit is made by Jim Smith, a very punt return specialist who put the Steelers in excellent position for that.
Boy, he hit that one high, but it's going to be short. Roy Green out across the 25 to 30, and he brings it out to the 40, to the 44-yard line. Roy Green. There's that characteristic kick of his. Very high. Green will take it. Green had a 106-yard return against Dallas. Does a pretty good job. Brings it out to the head. Will not be indicated as one. Oh, wait a minute. They're faking a punt. And a bad pass, but it got the job done. Roy Green makes the catch. That ball was a floating duck on the near sideline. But Steve come away with the first down.
Jim Hart throws a bullet. Can't get a completion. Steve Little loses the ball. Just kind of lost it up in the air. An end-over-end pass, the option pass. You catch it on either end.
From the 35. Harrell is back deep along with Green. Green has it at the 3-yard line. He's out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Green to the 25, to the 30. Stumbles up across the 35-yard.
And kicking off will be Danello. The kick is grabbed by Roy Green. He's one of the best in the league returning kickoffs. He stumbles over the 25 and about the same type of kick. Was taken on the 30. Roy Green the 35 comes up to the 40. Flag is down. Forward motion. Roy Green was run one back for 106 yards this year. Down to the 10, 15, 20 in the hole. 30, 35, 40 down the sideline. He's pushed out. He's averaged over 26 yards a kickoff return. So kicked off, drove him out of bounds. Boy, he made a little change of pace move there, spurted by
Paul Jones, the former Cowboy. A short kickoff by Thomas is fielded at the 20-yard line by Roy Green, and Green gets over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Thomas's kickoff with the win, taken by Roy Green from the 4. Green gets some room. Slips and finally stopped at the 35.
The quality of the St. Louis special teams was enhanced with the acquisition of 4th-round draft pick Roy Green. Green joined teammate Willard Harrell as one of the league's top kick return specialists, and his 106-yard return against the Dallas Cowboys tied an all-time NFL record. But foremost among all rookies was Otis Anderson.
This will be Roy Green. Green to the 15, to the 20. He has good speed, but the angle by the Giants is good, and Green will make it out to the 27-yard line. Today, Danello. Roy Green will return this one. Green to the 15, outside to the 20, has some running room to the 35, and out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. So the Cardinals. You did that battle of the cheerleaders this year. I'm looking forward to that on CBS. There is Roy Green. Green out to the 25. Here's Janello kicking off. It's going to be Roy Green. Green to bring it out. The Cardinals now down by 10 points. Green has some running room out across the 30 to 30.
Slow. That's the kind you like to run back. Green, 15, 20, 25. Across the 30. And he kicks off for Atlanta. Roy Green, who can fly. Out to the 34. To Highway. At the 3. But this guy's dangerous. Rossetti hangs it high. Roy Green. At the 5. Look out. Good tackle.
Kicking rather short. Coming down about the 5. Green, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Green, 35. Up to the 39-yard line. On in the 10-day period as a kickoff coverage. Fallen behind for the first time here in the second half. Kickoff fielded by Green down at the 5. Roy Green is back to the 15, the 20.
Low kick.
Roy Green will return this one from his own 35. Up to the 40, 45. And to midfield goes Green.
He had a lot to do with that play.
So the Lions, fourth period, they're leaving the door open for the Cardinals, who are just 6 behind. Green fields this at his 43, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30.
All the way.
Skladany chasing him. He's gone. No flags. Touchdown.
I'll tell you, these specialty teams have a lot to do with this game. That's 2 weeks in a row now that they've hurt Lions. And, of course, the Lions have a chance to come back with 3:40 to go. But that's something you don't want to see. That specialty team ought to be down there hungry and stop that play and force St. Louis to do something. But St. Louis, excellent protection. Nice run by Roy Green. He splits the middle. It's a kick. It's not really a good kick. It's not bad enough to create a touchdown situation, but Green makes the most of it. He's got good speed. Last year he ran 106 yards for a touchdown. I think that tied a record, and here we have a
17 late in the fourth quarter.
Here's a high snap. Skladany takes it and kicks it high. Roy Green wants to return it, takes it on the 43, comes to the 45 midfield. Now to the 45, 40. He might score. He will score.
Sanderson, always a busy man in the Cardinal offense. Long bomb. He's open. He's open. Walls was back there with him. What a catch. But nevertheless, a superb catch. What a catch. Roy Green. Now, Roy Green's got great speed. He got down. Everson Walls got up with the ball, tipped the ball. Roy Green, excellent concentration, took it out of his hands. And there you see it, Dennis Thurman.
Well, the Cardinals and the Redskins. One will start to turn the season around today on C against Dallas. Great field position. Cardinals from their 35, and Hart comes out throwing. Roy Green, first down and out of bounds inside the 20. So Roy Green making his first start ever in the NFL as a wide receiver. He didn't even play wide receiver in college.
By nature, but he's got quick feet. He's got good hands, and he makes a fine move here with those quick feet, and he gets a personal foul getting knocked out of it, has done in the past.
First and 10, Cardinals at their 42-yard line. Jim Hart back to throw it. Protection is good. Down the middle it comes, and that is good for 6 points to Roy Green.
Boy, you put that one on the money, Frank.
Green's first touchdown reception in the National Football League in his first start as a wide receiver.
He beats Joe Lavender. It's off of a play-action fake, and Lavender must have froze for just a split second. Green gets behind him, and Hart leads him. Lavender started to catch up with the ball, made Green run for the ball, and he did. He ran for it. He caught it. Going down, the play-action fake is right here. Lavender looks into the backfield for one split second, but Green's speed, he's very fast. He gets behind Lavender. Lavender can't catch him.
The ball's thrown in stride. Lavender starts to catch up. They're looking for it, but the ball's thrown in stride, and Green makes the catch. And good concentration. Jim Hart likes Roy Green. He says he's a defensive back as far as his
3rd and 27, upcoming from their 38-yard line. Hart, sideline throw. Green is out there. He's got it. Oh, fine catch by Roy Green.
He got behind Lamar Parrish this time, but Jared and Long, and there was a double team with Parrish was running with Green. Murphy was going to be there to help deep and running with him. He knows he's got help deep. But Hart fades the ball to the outside in just perfect position to catch it and force Green.
Well, Green's off to a pretty good start, I'd say, in his first game as a wide receiver. The offensive lineup for the Cardinals on 2nd and 9. Hart going to the sidelines, and Green pulls it down. Out of bounds at the 50. Theismann looking over the middle, and this is picked off, and that's going to be it. Roy Green. Cardinals. Washington, I'm afraid. Quite a day for Green. He's caught him on both sides.
Well, Theismann had not a whole lot of time. He had some problems from Bill Acker that time, and he just threw it hoping there wouldn't be a defensive back there, but Roy Green was on the spot as he's been all day.
Straight back. Blitz is on again. They pick it up this time. Pass is going to be complete to Roy Green. Or is it he's playing both? He still works with the defense. He still plays defense, and he's also playing the wide receiver. He's a great athlete. Should give some credit, John, to the offensive line of the Cardinals. Here's Hart to challenge them again. He has Green inside the 5 to about the 3. Hart. See, Tilley's the inside, 83. Tilley will go out. Green comes in underneath. And that's been very effective. Here's Hart going to work quickly. Green tackled by Waters. On almost 30, 1st and 10. Hart going right to work. Pump fake. Boy, he's got Ellis. Got Green, touchdown. Touchdown. Roy Green with a spectacular catch. Watch, we'll see Green here. He's isolated. He's going to run a post. He's going to run right to the goal post. Now watch him here. He has it. He's by Charlie Watt. Look at that. One-handed catch. Both feet inbound. Not only the catch, he had to worry. And Green hit the official as he was reaching up to make the catch, and that's what caused this problem. Hit it with his foot. You see Hart, he was looking short for Tilley, and then he saw Green deep. Now watch Green hit the official as the official started to move. With good protection, has a man wide open at Green, and they're in field goal range now.
5 to go, 3rd quarter, is still not on the board. Ferguson looking. Throws in the end zone, intercepted by Green.
But he's trying to make something happen. He's the guy that wants to bring it back, wants to get this club going. Throws the football again that should not have been.
Lomax deploys wide receivers left and right, splits the backs over the middle. He's got Roy Green, and he's got a Cardinal first down. Now, Roy Green is an interesting, fully effective.
And you watch Roy Green here. He comes in, he turns, makes a, see that 360-degree turn, comes back, almost impossible for a defensive back, because you're in a catch-up position. You can't recover like that and come back across. Roy Green.
That New England Patriot defense, slot to the left side. Roy Green again, first down, and look out. He is explosive. He turned on the speed and the afterburners at about the 25 and cut it back and gets down, saving tackle. 29 yards and another key Cardinal first down.
Roy Green, strong, tough, good hands, good speed. Watch him make the catch there, using his hands, tucks it away. Excellent runner after he catches the ball, almost breaks it, as you mentioned. It's a game that...
Sit down. Now watch Roy Green right there, number 25. Just get his glove on it ever so slightly and watch Roy Green's reaction.
He lays out the way you should, way in front of the kicker, and watch him.
Into better field goal position. Patriots would like to stop them. A obviously. First down, Roy Green. Look out, this might be a touchdown. St. Louis goes up with 33 seconds to go. And if Ron Earhart is looking for the fourth play of this football game to reflect on, he just found it.
How many times would it happen to the Boston Patriots? Last week against Waits. He waits and waits, finds Roy Green coming across. Green makes a good catch behind him. Ball's actually not that well thrown. Green sprints into the end zone, puts St. Louis on top with just 33 seconds.
He's a three-way player. 3 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, receptions. And out of a fake punt formation, ran 44 yards against New Orleans. There's a reverse handoff. This is Roy Green. Green gets to the 40-yard line. Mr. Everything.
Greg LaFleur, about 16, 17 points a game.
2 tight end formation. Double wingback. Here's Womack. Got a lot of time on play action. Roy Green is going to the 40. Roy Green is deep into Giant territory. Finally went out of bounds by Beasley Reed.
Green just got behind everybody, the linebacker. There was a missed assignment right here. Someone went deep. They were expected a coverage, a zone over to another side. And, of course, Terry Jackson was run out of the play. I'm not sure who was at fault. Beasley Reed finally came over late, made the play. But
Boosters got their wish.
Here's Hart back to throw. Play action pass. Hart wanting to throw deep. Has Green open. Hits him at the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown! Roy Green in behind Joe Lavender.
In storybook fashion, Roy Green was transformed from an ordinary second-string player into pro football's Superman. In his first 2 seasons, Green saw limited action from his strong safety position. But when the Cardinal receiving corps dwindled to just 2 healthy players, Green voluntarily crossed over to the other side of the line of scrimmage. When he ran his very first pass pattern, the team acquired their first 2-way player in more than 2 decades. And it was a decision St. Louis did not regret.
You can't put receiver and defensive back in the same room. It's 2 different things. So thus I really do have to possess that split personality. I really think it's to my advantage now because I know how those guys over there are thinking. And now I can walk up to the line and I look over there on the defensive side and I can kind of tell what defense they're in. So I know what adjustments to make, as far as my route is concerned. So really, when I make those transitions, they really don't have as good a shot on me. It's really surprising to me. At first, I thought that the physical part would be pretty tough on me, but really it hasn't been. After the games, I guess I'm so hyped up doing the game that I really don't even think about being tired.
Seemingly, each time an opposing team looked in another direction, Roy Green was there, ready to do battle. On defense, Green finished the season with the highest interception total of his career and became the first player in 24 years to catch a touchdown and intercept a pass in the same game. However, Green was even more valuable as a wide receiver, as his athletic versatility made him one of the game's most dynamic offensive threats. Green led Cardinal receivers in touchdown catches and surprised everyone by leading all NFC receivers with a 21.5-yard per reception average. Simply, there was no part of the game where Green failed to succeed.
There was a time when people were playing this game that they played both ways. And Roy's one of those guys, he can do that. He enjoys playing offensive football. He enjoys the living heck out of being a receiver. I think that he enjoys being on special teams. In fact, we have to pull him off some special teams to give him a break. Say, hey, you got to be tired. And he isn't tired.
Trying to get some momentum going here as Hart drops back to throw on first down, has some time throwing deep for Green in the end zone. Touchdown! Sensational catch by Roy Green! And you will not see a better catch than Green has just pulled out.
Cardinal blocking scheme was the Cardinals' starting fullback and second leading rusher. He sacrificed personal statistics in lieu of bettering the team's active quarterback. Lomax completed more than 70% of his passes, and every time the Patriots tied the Cardinals, Lomax directed St. Louis on another point-scoring drive. When New England tied the score with 3 minutes left in the game, Lomax directed St. Louis on a final comeback drive. And with just 23 seconds remaining, Lomax found Roy Green for the winning score. After the Cardinals went on to beat the Saints 30-3 as St. Louis overpowered New Orleans in all phases of the game. Most appropriately, the crowning blow in the Cardinals' finest all-around game was delivered by the Big Red's Mr. Everything.
Snapped by Randy Clark. This goes to the short man, Roy Green. He might score. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown!
Any indication, the Cardinals will be a challenging force in 1982.
First genuine two-way player in 2 decades last season. Caught 33 passes and receivers, including Roy Green in motion and 1 running back. And here is Roy Green down to the 5-yard line.
All leagues prohibited. 3rd and 13 at the 13, and here come the Cowboys. Lomax steps up in the pocket and hits his man. First down, Roy Green was not hit and picks up and goes down to the 4. Go to the sidelines. Lomax, first and 10 at midfield, hits Roy Green. Green gets his step. He's off to the 30. Roy Green is now out of bounds at the 17-yard line. A big play. Gets the ball out to the sideline. There's the blitz. Everybody's coming. He throws it. Green makes a good move, and Emerson Walls right here gets downfield. And about this time, your offensive linemen are walking down they're running down the field, and they're all 5 seconds to go. Cowboys will be 1-1 after this game, and so will the Cardinals. This pass to Roy Green is caught at the 40, and here goes Green to the 30-yard line.
20 members in competition. Oh, there's the fake. Number 81 has it. The first down as Roy Green picks up the first down. Pulled out a good stop early.
Right off the Roy Green. You see him as the up pack right there. Blocking all the way. He only had about 2.5 yards to make, and he came up with a pretty good effort here.
He was snapping on that, but that wasn't Deerdorf, was it? Big rush. Safety blitz is on. A lob for Roy Green. Touchdown, St. Louis. There's a flag on the play. There's a flag in the end zone.
Formation. You'll see all kinds of pressure coming in from the right side. There comes the safety with his hands up. No one touched him, and Lomax was still able to get rid of the ball, hang it up there, float it out for the best athlete on this.
Strong shoulder. He still made the adjustment, Wayne.
Came in with 12 catches in the first 2 ball games. As Brookie mentioned earlier, he played both ways last year. Was the first player in the National Football League to intercept a pass and score a touchdown on a pass reception. The first player since 1957. As Coach Jim Hannafin had him playing defensive back and then watched him
fumble the football. 2nd down 6. Lomax trying to lob it out. We get a penalty marker down as the pass is completed to Roy Green.
Look at that on 3rd down, and right here, Roy Green, you see he never takes his eye off the football. Very
Honecker hits a one to the far sidelines. Green comes over and takes it at the 39. Green gets 1 block and gets out at midfield. Inside move. The end around to Roy Green. A great fake by Morris, and Roy Green is down inside the Eagle 20.
Right here, so you really don't figure anybody's coming his way, but Roy Green is, with Bostic, number 71, out in front of him. And Terry Steve got a...
And the safety men are coming too. Lomax reads it. Hits Green. It's not going to be enough for a first down. He's down to about the... Shotgun. Look out. Greg Brown behind. Lomax hits Roy Green with a first down pass inside the Eagle 40.
But he didn't scamper out of there. Watch him now. He'll step back here. You'll see the rush coming from behind him to the left. He hangs right in there until the end. Waits for Green to clear across the middle, and hits him and puts it right on the shelf.
Boy, Green took it in traffic. The one back, the fake, play action. Lomax going for it off for Roy Green. Makes the catch at the 25-yard line. You won't see a better one.
State, maybe the fastest player on this team now that Mel Gray has slowed down. Pump fake by Lomax, but this is where he wanted to go all the time. Plan play on the post down the middle, and you don't have to say anything about that catch. He saved
a 22nd catch, a 42-yarder. You're right. That picture's worth 10,000 words. What an athlete. And a great throw by Lomax.
One setback. Marsh on the wing. Open is Green. A sliding catch for Roy Green. And another Cardinal.
There is Dan Dudorf doing a good job on Dan Hampton that time as the pass comes down, the quick slant in, and there's not much anybody can do about it.
Receiver Roy Green also had an eye-opening effect on the offense. Green, a former defensive back, displayed a flair for the dramatic all season. But in the cruelest, the 24-21 victory assured the Cardinals of a playoff spot, as well as their first winning record in 7 years.
Several quality wide receivers like Mel Gray and Mike Schumann, and tight ends Doug Marsh, Greg LaFleur, and Eddie McGill. Neil Lomax grew more comfortable with the Big Red's offensive scheme. Interceptions in 1982. Tilley's counterpart at the other wideout position may be the game's most versatile performer. A year ago, Roy Green, number 81, doubled as a defensive back and became the first player since 1957 to have an interception and a touchdown catch in the same game. In 1982, Green concentrated on one position, wide receiver, and gave clear indication that he's becoming one of the league's best. Roy Green, once a jack of all trades, now a master of one. And in 1983, Roy Green and the Cardinals will again take wing, seeking out a nesting place at the top of the NFC's Eastern Division.
Here comes the pressure. Stepping up, throwing right side, Roy Green, caught! Quarterback. And the receivers, Roy, Jetstream Green, and Pat Tilley. That's Roy Green in motion. Quick throw out to Roy Green on the little screen. Tilley's getting a block for him. Green gets over the 40 to the shotgun. On third, you call it 5. Lomax going for his turn-in man, Roy Green. Green picks up about 7 or, well, make it 10 job in the third. And flags are down again. It looked like the right tackle went early. Green makes the catch. New Orleans used a twisting, stunning defense. Shotgun time. Hart. Oh, great catch by Roy Green. You won't see a better hang-on than that.
And a great throw by Jim Hart. A very similar throw. He got Tilley on the bottom and Roy Green on the top. And Tilley will clear across the middle and watch Green coming across between the linebackers and the safeties. That's a nice throw and a nice kind of used his leg to hold on and got it.
Only back is Anderson. And he gets the call. The toss to reverse. Roy Green with the football. If Tilley gets a block, he's got a chance. Tilley got a block. Roy Green to the 21-yard line.
Seems to be shifted a little bit, quiet the crowd down. O.J. Anderson handing off to Green. Lee Bacher, Bostic 71 and 64. Clark.
Well, Tilley got a good block, too.
Fines on him in training camp.
That's an expensive spirit. Third down and 9. Hart being chased out of the shotgun. Throws on the run. Is he out of bounds or inbound? They're going to call it a catch.
A little more by rolling out. Roy Green, number 81, tap dance right on the sideline, 2 feet in.
Points on defense. Second down and 7. Here's Jim Hart back to throw. Being rushed and gets a Roy Green at the 43-yard line. What a good catch and a good throw by...
Makes the run right there. It holds the linebacker second. A good pass by Jim Hart. Green has gone down and acted like he was going deep, and he's cussed it off right over the linebacker's head right there. Defensive backs in the ball game.
Offsides. The right defensive end jumped early. It's a free one. There's Roy Green short of the first down. 3. The other team is 2 and 1. Shotgun. Roy Green catches a touchdown. Pass with 34 seconds, 29 seconds on the clock. You can't teach speed, and Roy Green is blazing.
Good job by their offensive line. You couldn't see it, but Roy Green ran a little out route and then up the field.
On. Third down and 5. Lomax being chased but finds a receiver. Roy Green for a touch. I've never heard of that
organization. Now they've got a reputation of being a little tight. They came back and they gave...
It's over 1st and 10. The ball at his own 40-yard line. Cardinals trailing 7-3. Man is open, and it's Roy Green.
Good. Said, I saw him running routes out there as a defensive back one time. He says, I looked at that guy and said, that guy can be a starting receiver. And he did play. As I think you mentioned, he played one game, caught a touchdown pass.
Queen is pumped him. 2nd and 14. Lomax. Green holds on, short of the first down. Lomax, touchdown. Roy Green, he steps out of bounds. That was a timing pattern, pressure on the...
Well, I think we may have us a winner.
C-43 coming up there, safety blitz. Haynes is out there all by himself. He has a lot of pressure on him. He can't let him catch the ball in front of him. Put him in better field goal range, and he can't.
And he has a dangerous long arm. 7 touchdowns. And Roy Green leads the NFC with 43 catches. The Cardinals have got to win at home. Lomax. Roy Green.
We had movement in the backfield that lets Neil Lomax knows what's going on. He knows that he's going to be single covered out there. You know, with a 14-point lead, you wouldn't think.
Want to throw a deep pass to Roy Green. Green gets the ball. Great over-the-shoulder catch. He makes it to the 18-yard line. And a beautiful push it in. That's what they're thinking. Here's the fake. Lomax going to run with it. He doesn't want to throw it. Yes, he does. Touchdown. Roy Green. Roy Green made the catch. His second.
To have protection. The guards are pulling to the other way, but he has a Morris 24 out there in front of him to protect him.
and he waits for the defensive man to commit and tosses a little shot put into the end zone for a touchdown to Roy Green.
Good call.
Going to be looking for Roy Green, but he's going to have double coverage, I think.
Lomax throwing, and it is Roy Green for a touchdown. Green coming through, stops, turns, now he comes back the other way. He catches Dave Brown going the opposite direction for the touchdown. Second leading receiver in the NF, the St. Louis Cardinals lead the Seattle Seahawks. It's 7-0. Back with more in a moment.
Good passing down.
Lomax put it up. Touchdown, Roy
Green. Well, you're going to see it come from the quarterback, but Roy Green runs my favorite pass pattern of all, and that's called a quarter pattern. What you see is a tail.
A 23-yard pass, Lomax to Green, and the Cardinals take the lead. Fake to Anderson. Lomax rolling, throwing, touchdown, Roy Green, his third of the day.
Fake. Watch what happens. He fakes that pitch. Now he rolls out. I thought he was going to run it in for the touchdown, but Roy Green had come across the middle.
3 touchdowns to Green. Back with more in a moment. 37-yard line. Play action. Going long. Roy Green got it. Touchdown, St. Louis. 4 touchdowns for Green.
You're going to see that Green makes a great play because John Harris, the free safety, is there. But watch, he comes underneath the free safety. Look at 44. He's there. He's got the man covered, but he loses the ball. Roy Green comes back underneath for the touchdown, and that's why Neil Lomax had his hands on his helmet.
A personal record for him as we look again. 63-yard bomb. Touchdown, St. Louis.
Neil Lomax realized when he threw that ball up, he says, "Oh, I might have an interception." But no,
to receive. And coming up is Green. He's got the first down. Roy Green has done it all today, and they love it here. First down, Cardinals.
Just when I was thinking that conservative, run the ball, then going to punt it away. What do? They snap the ball to the up back, Roy Green. Picks up enough for the first down. They maintain possession of the ball.
Lined up outside Pat Tilley. 2nd and 11. Lomax goes up top, fires Roy Green inside the 20. Green down to the 16. 1st and 10 for the St. Louis Cardinals.
On Lester Hayes, number 37. Take a look at the right side of your screen, the upper corner. There he breaks away from Hayes inside. They were in his zone. McElroy tries to help out. Take a look at another angle. They play mostly man-to-man. This time they were in his zone. Green got underneath it, and he's great after he catches the ball. He was a running back in high school.
And a long 8 from the shotgun. Lomax will look for Roy Green. He's got Roy Green. Green will break it at the 50-yard line, and he picks up the first down at the Cardinals into the playoffs. They have not been there for a long time. Lomax gets a block, puts it up, looks for Roy Green. A great catch at the 7-yard line. Lomax releases the football on Howie Long, and that man, number 56 for the Los Angeles Raiders, that is Jeff Barnes.
How about this catch along the sidelines? He's in. Whew, what an excellent catch. Take a look at the roughing. Howie Long, number 75, right here, reading, pushing. Lomax, here's watch a block.
Number 56, hands in the head.
Jeff Barnes hits him after the play, right there for the roughing. What a block by Lomax.
In motion, bottom of your screen. Play action fake, Neil Lomax. Dumps it off to Roy Green. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Lester Hayes.
With him. Hayes actually gets bumped off. Green, great speed across the middle, makes the catch, turns it upfield. But you know what? Hayes was picked by his own man. But
pass out to Roy Green on a wide receiver screen. And Green goes out of bounds. Herman Edwards making the campus.
I don't think so.
1st and 10 at the 42. Lomax looking deep, punts and hits his man. Roy Green dives forward. He has to see if the Eagle defense can stiffen here. Lomax looping it to Roy Green. Touchdown.
Receiver, Roy Green over in the corner. Looked for him right away. You can see that. Lobbed it up. He's working against Herman Edwards. Gave him a post move. Edwards tried to bump him up there and didn't get much of him. And
you can't fool the players. Roy Green. And Roy Green loses the ball and then picks it up. First down.
Green the flyer right here, just running a slant in pattern. Lomax with plenty of time. Green makes a good catch as he leaped up and caught it off the fingertips. Almost lost it and then got on it himself.
So the Cardinals have it 1st and 10, 35 remaining. 3rd and 11 at the 41. Lomax finds Roy Green. And Green is close to a first.
As the snow piled up, so did the points, with the Cardinals burying the Birds in a blizzard of touchdowns. St. Louis defeated the Eagles 31-7 to finish the season 8-7-1. That's not good enough for a playoff spot, but considering their 1-5 start, the Cardinals certainly have plenty to be proud of.
Bad plays were transformed into big plays.
Shotgun, 2nd and 7, 34 seconds. Here comes the Eagles. Hart steps up, throws, in the down. Roy Green! Roy Green has caught a 21-yard touchdown.
This Sunday, however, belonged to Neil Lomax. The gateway gunner got everyone. Minnesota was beaten 41-31. St. Louis had its general, and his army was ready to follow his every command. Lomax's first state. Roy Green was a defensive back whom receivers couldn't shake, then a wide receiver whom defenders couldn't cover. A head coach with common sense made the transformation possible.
That day we were out at practice, and he stayed out afterwards, as he would often do.
In his first full season at wideout, all he did was score more touchdowns than any other receiver in the game. Jim Hannafin knows exactly why.
First of all, he's blessed with great speed, and he's got the soft hands. Now, along with all those factors, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what's going on.
Green knows secondaries. He should. He played back there for 3 years. That knowledge helped him, and so did teammate Pat Tilley.
Tell by defensive alignment what defense they're going to be in, so I can run my route through my head even before the ball snaps. I think that I can match any receiver in the league as far as speed. You know, I've even surprised myself with some of the catches I come up with, so I guess my hands are pretty adequate. And really, you know, I'm in my rookie season, you know, as far as being a wide receiver, so I have lots of room for improvement, and maybe one day I can become maybe one of the top 3 wide receivers in the league.
Green is one of the elite right now. In 1981, he led the NFC in yards per catch. In 1982, he led the team in scoring receptions, and in 1983, he led the league with 14 touchdown catches. If you'd ask the playoff-bound Seahawks, they would say he's the NFL's best.
3rd and 12 from the 15. Lomax rolling to the left side, setting up, looking, throwing. It is caught. Touchdown! Roy Green. Lone setback now on 2nd and 3 from the Seahawk 23. Neal drops, sets up, looking, now throwing toward the end zone. Touchdown! Roy Green! Lomax fakes, rolls to the left side. He's got room to run, now throws. Touchdown, Roy Green! Roy's 3rd touchdown catch of the afternoon. Motion left side, now Roy Green runs straight ahead. Lomax lofts it deep for Roy Green down the middle. It is caught! 10-5 touchdown! His 1st touchdown of the afternoon.
Marsh moving in motion. Going deep for Roy Green. He's got the defense beaten, and he makes the catch. And a difficult catch at that to the 40.
They send a man in motion across the formation. They throw the ball deep. Look at, he sets up nicely. Plenty of time to throw the ball.
and it looked like that Lee expected help deep outside. He did not get it from Mark Lee.
Lomax.
There it is.
Going to Green. He's got it in midfield. Tom Flynn hits him. Cardinals going backwards. Lomax up the middle to Roy Green. He's going to score. That's the kind of maturity Neil Lomax has shown in his touchdown.
The important thing, watch him step up into the pocket. Watch him here. See, he jumps back into the pocket beautifully, delivers the ball right on the money, right at the numbers, and he throws it inside.
Lomax, Green, touchdown at the 5-yard line. First and goal. End zone, Roy Green, touchdown!
Roy Green, what a receiver. 78 receptions in 83. Here he just beats Bellinger right all over him. Touchdown.
7:23 to go. The Cardinals now lead the Buffalo Bills by a score of 10-0. 43. Lomax on the roll. Roy Green, 30. And out of bounds, up near the 27-yard line.
That is on their side. He could have ran for about 5 to 6 yards. Smart quarterback. Stops, pulls up, throws the ball to Roy Green. Probably one of the most dangerous receivers in the NFL right now.
Roy came back to his quarterback, and he has a 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 27-yard.
Lomax looks over 3rd and 6. Roy Green, first down at the 37-yard line. James Burrows on the line of scrimmage. Green is playing to the outside, and Burrows is playing to the outside, and that's where Green wants to go. He gives him that little burst to get him going upfield, then breaks it off outside. You see, that time he kind of squared his route off, did not round it off. It continues in Indianapolis, 2nd and 10. Lomax fires. Roy Green got it inside Colts territory. A great catch, and what a for it. Nesby Glasgow led the team in reception, in tackles for the last 3 years for the Colts. There's Green coming inside. He takes a good while from Glasgow on the way down. Who has yet to catch a pass to the left. Play action, Lomax out of the pocket. Wants Green, got Green. Does he hang on? Bumps out of bounds at the 44. James Burrows was right there. If they go to him, haven't gotten him the ball. Pump fake, they want Green. Green's out there, and it is a St. Louis score. There it is, that out and up. Sideline takeoff. They're aggressive. They were running these sideline routes. Lomax will pump it, gives them a step to the outside, and just takes it right up inside between 2 defenders. Eugene Daniel and James Burrows. Look how wide open he is. Those are some tough catches. Good concentration by Roy Green. What goes through his mind outside of him and Cedric Mack, the former cornerback, lines up wide right. Lomax to Green. If he can break it to the 45, the 40. Looks for a block to the 35. Tilley will throw a block to the 30. Roy Green is gone. Touchdown, St. Louis. In 47 yards. Watch on the cross. Look for the block by Pat Tilley. As Green came back, he knew exactly where Tilley was going to be. Green shakes the tackle there, and then it goes to the right part of your screen, breaks it outside. He's holding that ball loose, but he knows he's got that running room. You see the block by Tilley. The left-hand part of your screen, and Glasgow cannot make the effort. What an effort.
Stunts by New Orleans. Pass caught. That's close for the first down.
Late in that game. Lomax on first down, over the middle, and complete. The catch made by Roy Green. Lomax to the far sideline, complete to Green. First down at midfield.
That's right. Jetstream Green, they call him, 81. McNeil, man-to-man coverage out on the flank.
And over the middle, complete to Green. Green a first down and more. Green run out of bounds at the
10 from the 45 of Dallas. Green in motion. Lomax in trouble. Dutton almost had him. Gets the pass away to Roy Green, and they wind up picking 8 yards out of the play. Yard line. Once again, the single back set. Lomax going to Roy Green. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, and he can move. 25, 20, 15, 10. Roy Green is knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. It was, boy, what he did after the play was absolutely spectacular.
That was made by seeing left side of your screen come off. He saw the blitz. He slants to the inside. There's no help inside because the safety did blitz. 24, Emerson Walls, normally a better tackle, doesn't make the tackle. You can see that this guy can run with the football. A former fine kick returner and punt. Great block by Tilley right there at darn near put him into the end zone.
The fake this time to Anderson. Lomax on the roll into the end zone. It was could be a blitz. Let's see. Flag down. They were coming. Green broke the tackle at the 50. He'll go unmolested. And if the penalty is against the Cowboys, the Cardinals have 6 on the board.
No, I thought the penalty was on Dallas.
Let's see.
In the middle of your screen. Now watch him slant inside there. No help inside. He breaks the tackle right there, and off he goes. Again, a running back in a wide receiver position with great speed. All right. Here's that same audible again, trying to get to the tight end down the hole.
Lomax to Green. He's got Walls with him. Green for the touchdown. Roy Green.
That was an audible again, the same one they hit the tight end down early. I hear the audible was 189, and evidently number 1 was the live number. Now you watch right here. He's going to start to look down the middle, and then he lays up the fade, right, coming over the outside shoulder. See this right there? Perfect throwing ball on every
lost column. Lomax on first down to Green, and he made the catch against the coverage of Sean Gale. Gale did a pretty good job defensively.
He was on him, but Roy Green just went and got the ball, and Lomax had time. He threw the ball, and yes, the St. Louis Cardinals went after the rookie Sean Gale right off the gun, and you can see that Green had a couple of steps on him. The ball was a little bit short, but he still made the grab, and the St. Louis Cardinal position at this point. Here it is from the low angle. He's got the inside position, and it makes it tough because Sean Gale has got to come up and over, and the ball was high enough and up and over, and Roy Green makes the grab. He's something else, isn't he?
Off, and McMahon hit Galt with a 28-yard touchdown. A flag down. Here's Green open. Green is out of bounds, chased by Sean.
Defense, the all-out blitz, and he just threw it up, put Sean Gale on Roy Green man for man, and just threw it out in front. And look at Roy Green. He's got a couple of steps and
first down.
Knocked out of bounds. The Saints have to approach it.
Otis Anderson got 5 on that play. It's third down, and the pass is complete to Roy Green. Green has a first down in Bear territory.
As Roy goes through the pick and then clears, and there's no linebackers. That's because the Bears, the way they play their defense, they go to corners, they help people out, they blitz, whatever it is, nobody over the middle. Roy Green comes up with a big play. That's the way.
First down, Cardinals in Bears territory. Up the middle, a pass complete to Green. Cut from behind by Bell, but they're at the...
Want to get into a track meet with the St. Louis Cardinals. Sean Gale on the outside, as Green will go down and then just releases across through the coverage, and then there are people to pick him up there, but Todd Bell was a little bit late. No help for Sean Gale there as Green turns it on, and Bell makes the tackle from behind, but not before the St. Louis. Green's in the slot this time.
Pressure, Hampton again. Got the pass off beautifully to Green. Green away from Gale.
No, he's already made it. There he goes, and you can see 23 chasing him. That's Sean Gale, and here comes the move. Maybe the move of the day as Gale goes right on by like 2 trains passing in the night, and Green takes it up almost to the first.
Olkewicz comes out. Second down and 8. Lomax back to throw. He's going up on top for Roy Green, and Green is there. Touchdown! Top and go on top early.
That's a read pattern, Roy Green. I just talked about Green. He has an option to run a variety of patterns, 3 patterns, but they double covered him, and he ran right between the 2 defensive backs, Darrell Green, and also there he is. He's off in the wingback position. Look at Coleman trying to cover down below, but he's double covered from the outside by Green and also the safety man.
With Pittman, quick pass to the left, and Roy Green makes a terrific catch. The Redskins say he
was blitzing, and that opened the area there. He stopped right in between the linebackers, 51, Coleman, and also.
You see. Play action on a draw play attempt to Anderson going deep for Roy Green, and Green is there. He's gone to the 20. Touchdown!
hand fake to Anderson, and then he just lets the ball go right down the middle. And Tony Peters, number 23, is trying to catch him. No way he's got that kind of speed. That's a mismatch from the very beginning. They had time to throw the ball, and the rest is history. He changes the scoreboard, gets 6 on the board.
Pass rushers ready to come along with Monty Coleman. 2nd and 10. Lomax to wide open Roy Green. Green at the 40. First down at the 39.
But he gets away from Green. Green tries to give him a little bump. He breaks inside. Coffey comes over, number 48, but he delivers the ball right on the money quickly. He reads the coverage.
The Eagles, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Lomax to throw on first down. Has time to Roy Green, and a first down near midfield.
Watch the linebackers get deep drops. They hang in there, and then all of a sudden, they've got plenty of time to throw the ball, but he throws the ball right between the linebackers and in front of the defensive back, the safety man.
34-yard line instead of 1st and goal. Pressure on Lomax. Lomax gets hit, but completes it to Roy Green, who has the first down inside the
passing pattern. He comes across the field. There you see him come into the picture. The defensive back is in hot pursuit, but he doesn't get there.
2 fumbles today. First down, Lomax going for Roy Green, who makes a diving play, complete inside the 10-yard.
Very soft, meaning he's deep, about 10, 12 yards deep, and you should be able to throw the ball in front. There's good protection. The offensive line doing a great job, and look at how far out in front of Elbert Juice all week long. He looks like he's in good shape today.
3rd and 6 at midfield. Lomax gets it to guess who? Roy Green, and a first down.
Roy Green is lined up here in the slot formation, breaks to the outside, and they hit him right on the numbers, talking about the numbers on the field. And he's such a great runner once he makes a reception that he's hard to tackle one-on-one, although in this case, Johnny Johnson blitz.
Pressure, they're going up on top for Roy Green, who has everyone beaten, and Roy Green is there. Touchdown, St. Louis.
He's all smiles. Here it is. You see the blitz coming. Andrews is coming, number 52. They throw the ball over the top, and there you see Johnny Johnson trying to cover him man for man. He located the ball over his shoulder beautifully. The ball was right on the money.
Here it is.
There we see him now. That time he's in a slot, and they were covering tight coverage that time with Johnny Johnson. It looked like Cromwell maybe should have been in the hole. You can't tell what the coverage was, but it was unusual that he didn't have any inside help whatsoever.
Here in the 2nd quarter. Lomax to throw, and he's got Roy Green in a seam. First.
At that time, he was down like he was going to go deep. Nolan Cromwell was running deep. He stopped. He stopped right in the hole, and finally.
Dick Butkus type of guy. That's the way you ought to look. Here's Lomax going deep. Got Roy Green. And the Jets had a lot of good field position, and they have to work the ball out with these types of things. I think you see the move that Green made there on Walls. It was that arm over. It was a deep. In my estimate, there's really 3 turnovers.
Lomax to Green. That's what they're looking for.
Fellows. Right, and all the patterns that he's been running have been these shorter type. The crosses here, he picks up 20 yards after catching the ball and running with it. But I would bet that somewhere here.
Offside Dallas. Lomax down the middle of the green. To the wire.
Now, Lomax can see that. He knows if nothing works, he's going to get the down over again. But here, he can take a chance. He can force it. He has a free play.
Been held, the record for the most yards by a Cardinal quarterback had been held by Charlie Johnson as Lomax barely gets it away. And there's the flag down, and there's the touchdown. And now they start waving it off. Lomax is saying, yes, we got it. But we're going to have to wait for the votes on this one.
Now, I'll tell you, when that official starts running back, that's going to be against the Cardinals. Usually when he stays down there, it's against the defense. When the guy calls it comes running back, it's usually against the offense.
I think it's going to be against Roy.
This is the guy arguing with the...
Number 81 on the offense. Repeat, 2nd down.
Well, we're going to see it right now. Here's Roy Green, number 81, the second guy in. He's going to run a post pattern straight up the field. Then he's going to go to the inside there. Now, that's not on him. He was beyond Walls if he did hit him. I don't see that as being an offensive thing. I just see that as, you know, the thing that Jim Hannafin says that Roy Green can do so well is separate. If you get close, he can separate. We see him separating right now. Of course, the flag was already out there, and that was after there would have been a... But, you know, still, we had to blow the picture up here, but still, I don't think Roy Green does anything wrong. There's a little bump there. I don't think that's anything. Roy Green is just trying to get above and beyond Everson Walls, which he does, getting his shoulder beyond. That.
Don't forget, following football comes 60 minutes. Lomax goes down the middle, has it complete again to Green. Walls on the top.
Lomax, Roy Green, finally. Excuse me, he's on the outside here, right here. He's going to come up, then he's going to plant, then run it inside. See, he's coming in here. He's right in front of Hill. He's right in front of Haynes. Catches the ball for the first down.
So that's the end of the third.
Third down and 5 on the 8-yard line. 3:30 on the clock. Lomax going across the middle for Green, who makes a diving catch.
Defensive strategy that we talked about, having somebody in the middle and playing the zone a little loose, a little soft. They don't want to give up that big, long strike. Now look at that back there. They had...
Traffic. Inside fake by Lomax. Right to work. Going to the outside to Roy Green, who has it for a first down inside the Eagle. Third down and 8 on the 22. Lomax. Oh, good throw. Roy Green steps out at the 37.
Runs the out pattern. Lomax waiting with good protection. Nobody in his face. And that was on fouls again.
Lomax chased. Complete. Roy Green to the third.
In the 50-yard range for him.
Lomax taking care of that right here. Roy Green inside the 35 to the Eagle 30.
Football league on their roster. Shotgun formation. Lomax steps up in the pocket, completes the pass. Roy Green at the 40.
Shotgun formation. You see Tippett, number 56, Tootie Robbins. He steps up inside the pocket. He gets the ball to Roy Green. Now watch the move. See that? He gives a little cha-cha step, makes him miss. Now watch the move right there. Great move. And a poor tackle. Great job.
Then on the 49, Lomax firing. He's got Roy Green, and Green has the ball.
Roy Green is coming, just driving on the inside of the defensive back. There you see him. Drives to the outside. And, of course, Mark...
Sir Otis Anderson and Earl Farrell. Lomax to throw. Complete. Once again, Roy Green.
And they have a tendency to play the outside. He makes an outside move, comes inside. The ball is thrown right on the money inside of Perry Wood.
3rd and 5. Lomax under pressure again. And Lomax is going for Roy Green. And Green out of bounds. No catch.
And Tilley was... But there again, Green did not give himself enough room. He did not go inside deep enough to give himself enough room on the outside move. The ball was thrown to the sideline, and so he doesn't have both feet in possession.
Never had possession. 4th down and 5, and the Cardinals are going to go for it on 4th down. On the Giant 35, Lomax, 4th and 5. And he's going for Roy Green. He's there. Touchdown.
See it again. Here's the replay. Good protection. He steps up into the pocket, throws it right into the post. There you see him, and he's Green licking the defensive back, Kenny Daniel, number 24 on the play.
And it was all set up with Stump Mitchell's.
Young defensive back is looking back for the ball instead of looking at the man. He gets away with it because the ball is thrown a little bit too short. Had the ball been thrown out in front, it'd have been a touchdown and been the bye-bye Blues. But you cannot if you're playing man.
Lomax back to throw. Got it to Green. Green about... Look,
he was checking his nostrils out, see if he still had everything in there.
Manley after Lomax. Roy Green has got it, stays on his feet. Cut down finally by Ken Coffey.
Get the ball in the player, in the hands of their best player, and it's this guy, Roy Green. Watch the way he comes down the field, puts pressure on the defense, makes them get back, catches the ball, gets off it.
Look out. He does get it away to Green, and what a catch by Roy Green. Spectacular catch.
The slot man, the second guy in there, comes up, runs a quick in. Now he's wide open there, catches the ball. I think what happened to him, I think he just fell on the ball and probably...
In the first half. Lomax back to throw. Fires. Green. At the 20, that'll be enough.
He comes up, make him think he's going to go deep. Now just stop, find a hole between the defenders, and pick up that first.
From the 25. Cardinals have just about given up trying to run. Green, I don't think they'll catch it. Touchdown, Cardinals, 75 yards. He finally burned them. Monty Coleman and Curtis Jordan were chasing, but it's like the dogs never catch the rabbit.
At that rabbit right there, you know, we had seen him talking on the sidelines, Neil Lomax and Roy Green, and you knew they were talking about something. When those guys talk, it's always about finding something deep. But I'll tell you, what made this was a good pass protection. Lomax looks right, he looks left. He had time to get Green deep in the middle, and then he found him, and then, of course, it's all over. Watch him come off the ball outside, fakes out, comes back in, runs underneath here, makes an adjustment right there up the field. Now he's behind the whole defense. And when he gets the ball, they're not going to catch him. That's all over. You can give him a touchdown there at the 30-yard line. I'll tell you the thing that...
First down, Cardinal. Their own 27. Back to throw he is. With time, look out. He gets to Green. Roy Green inside Redskin territory to the 45.
It's on the same side down here on the right side. He was wide open deep, and that's why right now when Green gets right by here, that's why he has so much space out here, because Tilley is up the...
Throwing. Here comes the Redskin blitz. Lomax has a man. Roy Green has the touchdown, and the Cardinals have a chance to take the lead. Good throw by Lomax, and Roy Green is some athlete.
Adversity, but watch this move here. He's going to come in left here to the post. You see, he's going to fake in here like he's coming in here. Now watch what that does to Darrell Green. He did slip right there, and then Roy Green broke it out to the outside in the corner for the touchdown. Save anything, give it everything you have. This is it.
Willard Harrell is back there with him, but this is Green. And there's nothing there.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, we could get 6 points here.
Max back to throw, throws over the middle, complete to Green, breaks the tackle inside the 40. Green to the 35, 30, could go. At the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Roy Green on a tremendous fit, a broken field.
Known simply as Jetstream.
He's got as much talent as anybody in this league, maybe more. He can run. He's just a superstar. His football, he's football fast, what I like to say. He can, when he gets on the field, he is a burner.
I'll kind of look over there, and he just kind of, either a nod or a little twinkle in his eye tells me that he wants his ball. And you don't give me the ball, I'm going to kill you.
Green is a classical performer, and his 1,555 receiving yards were the most in the NFL. In 1984, Neal and Jetstream perfected the bomb, establishing them as the most feared big play combination in the game. Green's knowledge of defenses is unsurpassed, and his secretarian stride and soft hands put him among the league's elite. Despite Green's heroics, the Cardinals stood at a disappointing 2-3, and the Cowboys away.
We figured that with my speed, and since I was lined up in the slot most of the time against him, that if I just ran a quick slant across the field, just ran away from the guy, that he could put the ball on me quick and we could possibly make the big play. And we did. I think we ended up scoring a 70-yard touchdown.
For 7 long years, Dallas had dominated on their home turf using the big play. Now, the Cardinals punished them with a barrage of their own.
right before halftime. I think we were up like 10-7, and I caught a quick slant and broke a tackle from Emerson Walls and made a couple of guys miss me and took the ball down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. And that kind of was a momentum builder for the second half. And it was the first time beating Dallas in a while and first time beating them in their own backyard. So that was pretty big.
His team.
O.J. the lone setback. He's in the pass pattern. The ball is aired out for Green, and it is a touchdown! Roy Green!
Fans were buzzing over the previous week's victory in Dallas and against Chicago. It was clear that the team had picked up right where they left off. St. Louis.
And Lomax passes along to Green. He's wide open. He caught it. Touchdown coming up. St. Louis. Touchdown. No flag. Mitchell's in the backfield. The blitz is on. Here's the pass. Long down the middle. End zone. Touchdown. But there's a flag down, and they're not going to give him the touchdown. I don't think so.
Win.
Here is Lomax back taking the snap. He throws long down the middle. Green. Touchdown! He picked on Kenny Daniel.
Second down and 6 for the Cardinals at the 25. Lomax again to pass. Back he goes. Over the middle. He's got Roy Green wide open. Roy Green to the 40, the 30. He's gone. Goodbye, sweetheart.
The second half found Lomax facing up, but Neal completed 25 of 28, firing rope after deadly rope.
26-20 Redskins. Back goes Lomax. Lofts it up into the end zone. Got Green.
Remember, Roy was and could be today a defensive back, but for the Cardinals' need to find some wide receiver help.
Tight end. Pass play on first down by Lomax. He airs it out for Green, and he's got it. What a fantastic catch by
him on the ball when it was up in the air. Look at Minifield. He makes a little move and then runs right by Minifield. He gets trying to get help from the inside, but he doesn't get there. Fantastic catch by Roy Green.
Line. In motion, that's Tilly to the far sideline. Lomax, deep drop.
There he goes.
It is Roy Green ahead of Louis Reed. Out of bounds.
Tremendous pass to the outside to Green.
Lomax wants to air it out. Sideline. That's Green, and he is hit by Breed. Was 1 of 6 today in third down situations. Up and over. Green. Touchdown, Cardinals.
You'll see one of the preeminent players in all of professional sports. A very talented individual, athlete, stretched out right there, a fingertip.
For Lomax, his third TD pass of the year. We'll be back in a moment.
Here is, of course, the Redbirds' fastest gun, number 81, Roy Green. O.J. Anderson out backfield. Outside pass by. And right, first and 15. Green, a first down at the 30-yard line.
He throws the ball inside, gets Lee to turn and run with him, and then he breaks to his left to the inside. See the other safety man, Flynn, coming over, but in spite of that, he breaks it off. The ball is thrown right on time, and he makes
down and 12. Fake short, airs it out. There's Green, 6.
Here's Tim Lewis, one-on-one, bump and run, and he's looking, see what's happening to Lewis. He's looking into the backfield instead of watching the receiver. And while he was doing that, Green just ran right by him. If you're going to...
Lomax inside, moving left. Fires it to Green. Got it in there, Joe.
Yeah, he did. It was his own defense that time, and Roy Green just found the open spot.
But again, clean block. Lomax. Roy Green. And Green, he just put so much pressure on. He drives that cornerback sheet. The cornerback has got to respect that speed.
And as you can see, it's Darrell Green, even with his great hurry to get it off. But they do, and a bad snap. Bruner fouls him and gets it up. Bruner fires another completion, and it's Roy Green, and he's out to the 43-yard line as we get the 2-minute.
And through the 80s, Roy Jetstream Green has become perhaps the most feared deep threat in the game today.
Defense. That was Green in motion. The Cowboys come on a blitz. They get it out to Green. And Green hammers down inside the Dallas game as the Cardinals go with 4 wide receivers. They get it down the middle of Green.
Green. Bill Bates, but he got rid of the ball before Bates could get there.
Roy Green. Back to throw is Lomax. Stumbled a bit on the way back, but gets it out to Roy Green. Chased by Crutchdale, but down to the count.
Come in motion, then he comes inside the tight end. He stops Hook. Now he's making adjustment. He hooks, then he slides to the outside. There's Crutchdale. Now watch Walls right here.
Lomax back to throw, looking left and looking quick to Green. Touchdown. Cardinals get the lead again. A touchdown pass.
By doing this, by getting up here, now he plants off the right foot.
Yes, as Neil Lomax is back at quarterback for the Cardinals, throwing for Roy Green, and out of
his left ankle. This is a tough one, this left cut. You see there? In fact, usually when you cut to your right, you plant your left.
Lomax drops into the pocket. As Roy Green down.
That respect for Roy Green, giving him those cushions. The Cowboys have gone from the pressing defense now to the zone defense. They've gone.
That first crossing route that you caught, if you'd been able to catch that in stride, we might have had some fun, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but, I'm still like a step.
From there, the Cardinals played an oldie but a goodie. Neil Lomax finds Roy Green crossing left to right for 24 yards to the New Orleans 34.
Try to stay with him.
Outside number 81, Darrell Green is trying to cover. He's got outside leverage. Green goes inside, back outside. Darrell Green tries to make the tackle. Olkowitz makes the tackle, but not.
Suddenly, the pass pocket, and Lomax has time to release his soft touches. The Cardinals' air show soars to exalted heights. Then the spectacular flair and style of the thrilling Roy Green brings to mind the high and the mighty. Green is a flamboyant. Injuries slowed him considerably, but Green remains a star man, one of the most feared offensive players in all of pro football. Stallings' task will be to bring the Cardinals together, to make them a team, a focused group of men pulling in the same direction. A spirit must have been both tough and talented.
Quick screen to Roy Green. He wants to throw, and he's got J.T. Smith open. Touchdown! Roy Green lull you to sleep.
I'll tell you, he did. He made a lot of movement on that. He started in motion. Now Lomax has to throw it backwards, which he does. And then Green starts to run and sees J.T. Smith 5 yards behind any defender.
And show the blitz, and it's a 5-man rush. The pass is caught by Roy Green for a first down at the 45. I tell you, he hung that one on a line. Guard spot for St. Louis. He wears number 70. Good coverage, and Roy Green. He walked it off pretty well.
Lomax does a nice job of getting the ball downfield to him. Here he comes back to it, makes a nice play.
Closing seconds of this third period. Stout. He's got a lot of protection this time. Good throw. Green has the catch.
Second down, 8. Touchdown, Roy Green.
Middle of your screen, Roy Nell Young 43. Here comes Hoke 34, 81. Roy Green going up for the ball. He bats it there. Touchdown.
Stout with a lot of time. Touchdown.
Roy Green at the top of your screen, number 81, working on Evan Cooper. He runs a delay inside. See, they have an IO coverage, number 34. Terry Hogan to cover him. He just sneaks in behind him. The big thing he had was time to throw the ball.
Eagles by 3.
They're down 17 points. Time to start putting it up.
4-man run. And the pass caught by Roy Green.
First call on Deron Cherry. Now from the shotgun, here's Lomax. Has time, and he hits Green. 5-yard line. First down and goal to go for St. Louis. Kevin Ross pulled him down.
Things going for him. One was Rod Dowhauer, then their offensive coordinator. That magic has been missing the last 2 seasons. Now Roy Green finally getting a catch for the
score just into us as Green with a little stutter step. And the pass is there. It is complete. And it is Roy Green with the touchdown.
Green, as you saw him go across the formation, he was looking into the secondary. That's because Pearson, number 24, has got to cover him. He stuttered a little bit right behind the quarterback.
They're down and 8. And it is there to Roy Green. And a first down at the Kansas City. To stop, here's another look.
What Roy Green does so well is play man-to-man. You see he gets Ross going up the field. He gets open to the man-to-man pattern. There it was a complete zone, though. It shows his...
Sikahima again replacing Stump Mitchell. The pass is to Green. Green has it, and he will go out of bounds at the one. Of course, with the injury to Derek Kennard, Ray Brown, who just activated, is in the guard spot. Here's Green. He pulls it down to the 5-yard line. And he...
Quick offsides, and Toonie Robbins can't control him. He really leveled the quarterback. Lomax took quite a hit, but still had the ability to get the ball off and Green make football. That's what 3 quarters of good football will do for you.
Short drop. Home run. Roy Green. Touchdown. Both feet in. We'll show you. First of all, very good pass protection. Lomax steps up. Barry Wilburn is trying to cover. They're both playing, looking at the ball. Green runs by him and definitely has both feet in bounds.
A 35-yard Neil Lomax to Roy Green's scoring strike tied the contest at 17 late in the 4th quarter.
Right here.
Again, there's Lomax in the pocket. Now, the Eagles are in man-to-man coverage. Roy Green runs a little out and up. Neil Lomax puts that ball right where it should be. Green.
Green for a first down. Going to set 1, 2, 3, and fire. Green right there makes a nice catch. Now he says, oh.
And off to Mitchell. Throw the ball. Ineligible man downfield. Now that's a touchdown. Who is downfield? Nobody. That's a touchdown. A touchdown, too.
Harry Carson's got a shot at him. Hedden's got a shot at him. Now he just says, I'll throw it.
And
on its final 45-man roster, the Cardinals fielded one of the league's youngest units. This lack of experience was a tough offense possessed of several big play people, capable of exploding into... But the spectacular number 81 is now healthy, ready to take off once again as one of the NFL's most feared deep receivers. At his best, nobody does it better than Roy Green.
Stepping up, launching it deep down the right side. Roy, get the ball. Roy, touchdown. Lomax dropping, got some time, steps up, launches the bomb deep down the right side for Roy. Touchdown.
Cardinals offense to fly, Green must take wing. History has shown that this bird can soar.
Neil Lomax, the quarterback, and will throw on first down. He'll throw deep to Roy Green. He's got it.
Thing that has made the Cardinals so exciting over the last few years, Dick, has been the ability of Green to beat walls deep. They have beaten the Cowboys by throwing the deep pass, and once again you can see the step beyond walls, a perfectly thrown pass by Lomax.
Lomax slips, hits Roy Green, and Green is stopped on it.
Francis, 38, as you see Ron Francis come over to cover Green. There's the pick by Novacek. 85, Green cuts underneath him, makes the catch.
And they'll get an extra play in. The next stoppage will be the 2-minute warning. There's a pass to the corner to Green. Touchdown! What a catch!
Lomax, quick first sound, quick set, 4 steps, turns and fires the football for the corner. As you can see, Francis has his men well covered, but a rookie mistake. He had no idea.
Man for man, and that's the guy Lomax is going to. Novacek 6'5", Francis 5'9". Lomax going for Green. Touchdown! Best defensive backs in the league. Look at this, playing off of him, unusual. Green, a straight drop, straight sprint, and simply outruns Walls to the corner. Perfectly thrown pass. I can understand this if Walls was playing him tight. But
hits Roy Green, who beats the rookie corner Ron Francis for a touchdown to make it 13-10. The Cardinal defense then held. They got the ball back into the other side of the field. This time goes Lomax again for Green, who gets by Everson Walls for the touchdown. The Cardinals would score again, 3 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes.
And it is 3rd down long for the Cardinals, 3rd and 14. Lomax airs it out, and there's Roy Green. And he caught it. And out of bounds inside the 20-yard line at the 9th.
One guy up tight, he's going to run with it. Now they're going to try to bring the safety man over with him. But the safety man doesn't get into play. He's too late. Here he comes. Well, you can't do that to Roy Green. You can't make that kind of mistake.
4-man rush. And the pass was caught by Roy Green. Now he apparently... Low snap again. But the pass is caught in full stride by Green. Green is out of bounds near the 20-yard line at the 21.
All-out blitz. They get 8 guys coming, even though it's the 3rd low snap that Lomax had a handle in the shotgun. Here comes Green across the field. Man-to-man coverage. They had to cover him because everybody else is blitzing. And when you do that to Roy Green and you don't get there to Neil Lomax.
Lomax still in the air. And out it is.
Here. Uses his left arm, gets away from Bird. Now you can do that if the defensive back is on the line of scrimmage because you are a blocker, in theory. Green does it, makes it believe like he's going to use it for a block. That enables
lane on the deep safeties here. An unusual defensive alignment on 3rd and 10. And the pass is complete to Green. That was interesting, Joe. They had 2
on the right from your screen. You watch him go right down. J.T. Smith comes on the outside. Roy Green hooks up. And Halloran does a nice job of firing the ball. Now, that could be a problem for the Redskins if they can get the ball to Roy Green and J.T. Smith.
First down pass, Lomax. End zone, Green. And touchdown. He got both feet in there. A 20-yard touchdown pass to Roy Green.
Drop in his zone. See Reichenbach back dropping. Now watch him split the 2 defenders. One, and there's one here on the right side. You don't see. Takes it in over Andre Ward in a
Cardinals ball on their own 23. Lomax back to pass. Going up top. Complete to Roy Green. And Green knocked out. They said Roy Green is about 95% healthy. Here he turns on the turbos and goes sideline, makes a nice long reception, and is still able to run after the reception. There he pushes Scott Case, number 25. 46.
And on an end around, Roy Green inside the 30. And out of bounds.
First action by Lomax. fakes up inside to Wolfley, and then Green coming in from behind him, a little counter option to the outside. And look at this, inside, the great speed and quickness of Green allows him to split the tackles, and then it's a foot race down the sideline.
Cardinals have a first down on their own 42. Lomax again throwing, drills it to Roy Green. Complete to the
Green on Mark Collins. Collins land to the outside. Now it's a foot race. Green sees him leaning deep, turns it back up underneath, and then a fine throw by Lomax.
Back to pass. Looking for Roy Green. He's got him.
Great catch by Green, number 81. Watch him leap up, get the ball, and now tippy-toe just before he goes out of bounds. He gets both dogs in and then slides on out. That's what a good receiver does.
Out of the shotgun. With plenty of time going up top for Roy Green, who's open. And Roy Green makes the reception, still on his feet. And Danny, you talked about looking like the Roy Green of old.
Green ISO here on the fly pattern, just flat out beats his defensive back. He's coming from the other side of the field, really. And Roy Green, is the only reason why he slows down is because the ball's underthrown. Now he tries to make a couple of moves. Again, there goes that towel. And now he goes to the turf.
Lomax looking one way, and he completes to Roy Green out of bounds. He'll be shy of a first.
2-minute offense into effect. Neal here looks and finds Roy Green for 24 yards all the way down.
Ball league. But only the Cardinals can boast the distinction of being the oldest continuously operating professional football team in America. Then, as would happen so often during the '87 season, quarterback Neal Lomax brought the Cardinals back. This time by calling upon wide receiver Roy Green, number 81, for the crucial plays that would give the Cardinals the lead.
Lomax drops sets, launches it deep toward the end zone. Caught. Touchdown by Roy Green in the left corner of the end zone, taking it away from Ron Francis. Lomax in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops. Here comes pressure, lofts it deep toward the end zone.
The explosive Cardinals led 17-13 with less than a minute left, but one more explosion remained. The season's second week found the Cardinals in San Diego, where Neal Lomax and company continued to roll up and down the field, but still found themselves trailing by 28-0 at the half. In the second half, Lomax again led the Cardinals back, this time with 3 touchdown passes, the first to Roy Green. In Philadelphia for Game 10, there was no need to wait for a comeback, as Neal Lomax and the Cardinals took an early lead on a touchdown pass to Roy Green and then added 20. Neal Lomax made the most of the opportunities, cranking out a season-high total of 476 yards. While the big yardage eater